Vitality. Do you want more vitality? Isn't that something that we could all use a little bit more of in our life? I love this word because to me it means so many things at once. Vitality, you have to be healthy. You have to be physically healthy, in good shape. You have to have good nutrition. You have to have a career that's rewarding and fulfilling. You have to have relationships that are supportive and nurturing. You have to have some sort of connection to something higher than yourself. You have to have good communication skills. You have to have a good mindset. You have to have you have to have creative outlets in which you feel like you can express yourself. So vitality is really a holistic term in my understanding. And that's why I created this program, guys, because we all struggle with different things at different times and often with more than one thing at a time, right? So after 10 years of being obsessed with personal development, health and fitness, and success, just the success in terms of making a good living doing something that really excites us and is rewarding and fulfilling, not just something that pays the bills. All right, to me, that's not success. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're not enjoying your day-to-day life, it's not success. So vitality is all about the balance of these things, right? And paying attention to each area of our life enough to move the needle in each area, right? And I'm not saying all at once, guys. That's why the Vitality program actually starts out. You can skip these if you already know which areas of your life you really want to focus on first. You can skip the questionnaires, but it starts with questionnaires for those of us who feel just overwhelmed and lost, and we know we're not feeling our best, we're not doing our best, but we don't know where to start. So the program starts with questionnaires that you can go through, and they're basically just self-discovery questionnaires. They're super simple to answer, but once you're finished with all of them, you can see basically like a grade, a score for each dimension of life, and see, okay, I'm really off here. Maybe my relationships are struggling a little bit, but my health is struggling the most, or vice versa. Maybe my health is okay, it's not struggling as much, but my relationships are really, really draining and unfulfilling and unsupportive, right? And by seeing which area is the most out of whack or the most out of alignment, you know where to put your time and energy to get the biggest results, right? So the overall structure and system allows you to go in and tap in to each dimension and learn practices, tools, and techniques to improve the quality of each dimension of life, right? So this is a system I'm still using today, guys, because I think it's a lifelong thing. That's why I really, really love this, because if you're really looking for the best quality of life ever, then I don't think it ever ends until you end, right? So it's a system that I'll use for the rest of my life, and that's why I'll continue developing it for the rest of my life. That's one guarantee you have from me, is this Vitality system is gonna constantly be improved and constantly be expanded and refined. So I really, really am excited to share this with all of you. Right now, I'm looking for a couple different types of people. I'm looking for people who want to join the Vitality program, people who want to become clients and learn how to improve each dimension of their life, one at a time, one step at a time, guys. Don't be overwhelmed by this. That's the whole goal of this program, is to make it simple. Because my frustration came from 10 years of obsessing over health and fitness, personal development, and success. And when I say success, I don't mean just material. I mean being financially free and being financially abundant while doing something that we really enjoy. That to me is success, right? If you can go to work and enjoy and feel like what you do is rewarding and fulfilling, and it also creates financial freedom for you, boom, boom. Then you got it. So those things are so scattered right now, right? There's so much information out there, and there's a lot of good information. Dale Carnegie, Dr. Joseph Campbell, Tony Robbins, Paul Chek, a million YouTubers and other authors, and I wouldn't have time to mention all the people that I've been influenced from and have learned from, that have really, they're part of what created this. Huge, a huge part of what created this. And, you know, my frustration came from there was no system that covered it all and spoke to every dimension of life and made it palpable and simple to go through and do the work and make those improvements. It's like if you were struggling in one area, you had to search for the right book, and then you had to take what you learned in the book and write it down in a journal, and you have to, it's like this whole process that this day and age is kind of messy. I don't know about you guys, but I struggle to keep organized with a lot of stuff. I'm a very digital person at this point. I would rather have it all in a mobile application, in an online program, in something that is all right in front of me, all in my pocket at any time, and I can search, you know, I can watch videos, I can write, I can do all these different things, and it's all contained in one ecosystem. So that's what Vitality, the program, is an ecosystem, right? It allows you to keep all of this in one area and stay organized without so much hassle, without so much searching, without so much time being spent. So yeah, the clients is the first and foremost. And I'm also looking for investors, people who want to come in and invest in this idea, in this project that you know, we're working on right now. Right now, like I said, it is an online program. It's fully usable, but I want to continue to refine, grow, and develop it and turn it into a mobile application and like a web application as well, and use AI to kind of be a one-on-one coach for people as they go through these programs, practices, and techniques, and also link to other coaches and practitioners and products and services that help people in these areas of life, whether it's water filters or house plants or a coach to help them, you know, with whatever area they're working on, a financial advisor, any people, any product, services, or people that are going to help you improve these dimensions can be found through this mobile application. So that's the long-term goal of this. And right now, I am working on raising capital to make all that happen. So if you're somebody who has some extra sitting around and you want to be a part of this, it's a multi-billion-dollar potential, guys. Okay, I've done the math. I can show you the figures. The amount of markets we'll be entering in. If we get 1% market share, that's $40 billion a year. Okay, so it has a huge, huge potential. It's going to take some time to build out, obviously. But if you can share this vision of improving the health and quality of life for all humans, because I want this to be accessible to anybody and everybody. I want to put this in schools eventually, because guys, if we were taught how to be healthy from a very young age, if we were taught nutrition, we were taught breathwork and meditation and yoga and exercise and physical therapy techniques, and all these things to keep our body, minds, hearts, and souls in full vitality so that we feel our best, I think that we have a much more productive and joyful world altogether. Have a lot less people committing suicide, a lot less people with anxiety and depression, and people just feeling lost and broken. Okay? So if you resonate with this, please reach out. Even if you don't have the money to invest right now and you just want to make the connection and maybe offer some of your products and services or workshops or anything that you do, because that's the other part, is I'm looking for other coaches as well. Coaches, practitioners, herbologists, anything that has to do with health, wellness, success, personal development, anything. Okay, if you have something that you'd like to offer, please reach out, because I'd love to make you a part of the Vitality team and put your work into this ecosystem so that it affects millions and millions of people someday. Because that's the beautiful thing, is once we develop this into a mobile application and an online program, it can affect so many more people than us just being like a one-on-one coach, right? And you can still offer your one-on-one coaching services for the people that want to pay for the coaching services, but if you can put what you coach people on into a usable system that doesn't need your direct one-on-one focus anymore, then A, you're making it so that more people can access it and benefit from it, and B, you're also freeing yourself up for if maybe your soul decides you want to go paint for 2 years and you don't want to coach people. Guys, we as human beings, at least most people, and I know myself, we get bored of anything that we do for very, very long. Like we need some sort of growth and development and change. So take what you're doing now, all the beautiful work that you're doing now, we make it into this system for people. And then you can step away from it. You can continue to improve upon it. You continue to coach if that's what you want, but you'll make money off of this system that's created, right? You'll make a living off of this so that you can be free. It becomes residual income, all right? So we're making education, coaching, wellness, all these things, we're making it into a possible residual income for anybody out there who wants to join this team. Like I said, there's multi-billion-dollar potential in the development of this mobile application. All right, so everybody can eat, guys. Everybody will be able to eat when this is finished. This is how the big guys make it. If we're talking about like Google, YouTube, Facebook, it's teams, right? We work together to create something better than we could on our own. And two, it's automation. You create something that doesn't need you eventually, that you can step away from and let it grow and become its own thing, right? Because that residual income is the freedom that I think we're all looking for. And yeah, you could make it with other things, you know, you could make it maybe having an Amazon shop or, you know, real estate, something. I know there's a lot of other ways, but if you're like me, and you feel more compelled to do something that you're really passionate about. I know most coaches out there, we do what we do because we love to do it. We feel like the world needs this medicine that we bring, you know, whether we're teaching people how to be healthier in their relationships or how to deal with their trauma or how to improve their diets, exercise, blah, blah, blah. Like this is stuff that we feel like, wow, people really need this to live better lives. So we do it out of passion. Right, and if we can make a residual income by expressing our passions and our gifts, to me that's so much more fulfilling than trying to do it through more replicable means, if that makes sense, more, you know, things that really are accessible to any and all of us, or maybe just aren't as personalized, I guess. They're not as soulful. It's just, oh yeah, I can buy this property, hire this management company, have them rent it out and not really do much and make residual income. And you can, you know, play like the Monopoly game almost, right? And if that's what you're passionate about, great, do it, right? We need those people too. But if you're a coach, if you're a healer, if you're a practitioner, and you want to make that residual income too, without having to get into real estate, without having to get into these finance or any of these other things, you want to make a residual income doing what you love, then Vitality is the home for you. And to be very clear on this, guys, I have zero greed when it comes to this. When I was gifted this vision, because I really believe that's how it happened, it was during a deep, deep meditation session that this vision came to me. One of the main points that kept getting echoed in my head was, this is not about you. It's not about me. This is about us. This is about building a team that, like I said, we can do something greater together than we could ever do on our own. So if you're ready to be part of that team, whether it's as a client, contributor, or an investor, or all three, 2 out of 3, it doesn't matter. If you're ready to be part of this Vitality team and help revitalize the world, help bring the world into a place of higher being, of feeling amazing, of better health, less deaths, whether it's by mental health or physical disease, we can do better, guys. Taking care of nature in a better way. This program already has all of this put into it. teaches people how to work with their environment and take care of their environment, teaches people how to take care of their body, how to take care of their mind, how to take care of their relationships. It's wholeness. That's what I want to deliver to all of you. Wholeness. Vitality comes through being whole. That's why I'm a holistic practitioner, because it's everything. Everything matters, right? The trick is to not be overwhelmed and try to fix everything at once. The trick is to hone in and focus on the areas that will have the most impact and build up from there, right? It's like I said, another example. You're physically healthy, you love your job. Let's say you're one of these people that you got both of those locked in. I love what I do for a living, I'm physically healthy, I'm killing it. But you have some relationships, some close relationships that are super draining and chaotic and just not functioning right. Maybe you're not good at the communication aspect in these relationships. Maybe there's a lot of trauma. And anytime you're away from work or your own physical health and you're in these relationships, it's draining. Okay, well, relationships, you working on that and taking some prioritization away from the other two, not letting them go, because you need to stay physically healthy, you need to stay in your rewarding, fulfilling career. But taking some time to heal and nurture those relationships, or maybe take space from ones that are really, if you're in a relationship with somebody who's really not willing to grow and change with you, then that's going to have such a big impact on everything. Then you're going to do even better in your career, you're going to feel even better physically, because all of these things affect our whole being at the end of the day. It's like if you break your foot is the part that's broken, but because you're walking on this broken foot, it starts to affect your hips, it starts to affect your spine, it starts to affect everything else. You're not as mobile and capable to get around, so you're slower getting to work, or you're less capable around the house. Everything affects everything to some degree, right? So I think I've rambled a little bit for today. And if you need clarity on what the Vitality program is about, reach out. I know it's a lot. Like I said, it covers all 9 dimensions of wellness, but it covers it and organizes it in a way where it's step by step, okay? So you can use this program for the rest of your life, really. That's my goal, is to make this program something that really people, it's like your personal development buddy that you keep in your pocket, that you can work on for the rest of your life and always find new practices and solutions to improve every and any dimension of your existence. And that's why, again, I need as many people on this as possible. I need as many other contributors. I'm not an expert in things like finance, for example. Would love a financial expert to come in and create a program around financial health and how to get your finances together.